I recently visited the showroom for a luxury real estate development in Miami. I left my information to receive more information, and what happened after that was that I received an email with a Dropbox link that included the brochure, the floor plans, and all of the information. So as a HubSpot consultant, I couldn't help but wonder, how would I build a luxury sales experience to match the luxury development? And that's exactly what I'm going to show you in today's video. My name is Jasper. I'm a certified HubSpot consultant. Let me share my screen and show you exactly how I built this. So the first thing to create is, of course, our form. This is where everything starts, and I created that form right here. As you can see, I have some basic information in here, like first name, last name, email, the city where you live, a phone number, and the budget. And then on the second page, you can see that I'm asking for the number of bedrooms and the number of bathrooms. We can also do things like show additional pages based on the information we already get in that first page, or show and hide properties based on what's being filled out here. So once we have that form, we of course need a landing page. You don't need to get to your web developer, wait for a week to get your landing page built. I built this landing page in probably about 5 to 10 minutes, just within HubSpot. So to give you an idea, we go to the menu here on the sides, we go to content, then landing pages, and this is exactly where we can create our landing page. So that's what I did. I'm going to save you the time of building the landing page live on this video, but just to show you how easy it is to change things here. And this is built with my favorite HubSpot theme, the Clean Pro theme. It just makes it incredibly easy to build professional looking websites within HubSpot that are also easy to maintain. I just left their logo in here for this specific demo, but obviously you can customize this fully to your own brand. If you want to get an idea of like what that looks like, I'll leave my personal website in the description below. That website is also fully built in the Clean Pro theme, to give you an idea. So let's say we want to change some text here. You can just click that text. We can go to our content here and we can immediately edit this text here. So if I would want this to be request your brochure, I can just apply this, update, and now this new landing page version is live. Then we have included our form down here and we're ready. We can use this web page. So I already opened up the web page here. As you can see, the page is loaded with the previous version we had because I already prepared it beforehand. Then here we can fill out our form. So I'll just quickly fill this out. Then we're going to select our budget here. So let's say that that would be between 750 and 1.5 million. I wish that that was my budget right now for a home. Then we'll say we're looking for 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, and we can submit our form, get a nice thank you message here. Curated selection of floor plans and project specifications has been sent to your email address. So let's have a look at the email that just automatically arrived in my mailbox. So here you can see, hi Jasper, I'm not going to read this entire thing, but the most important part here is that I shared a bunch of different links. So one of the links is the brochure that they requested. These are all tracked links. So the reason why we add multiple items in this email is so that when people click any of these, we can actually gather information about that because this is all linked to their contact record in HubSpot. This really is one of the strengths of HubSpot, where you get this central view for each prospect, each customer, and all of the interactions that they have with your business, including any links that they click in emails. And this, of course, allows us to personalize the experience going forward, not only from a marketing perspective, but also for sales, because they will be able to get more information on the contact before their next conversation with them. So we have things in here like the digital brochure, the penthouse collection. So when they click that, we already know that they're looking for those more exclusive residences. We have a film tour of the model residence. This is also something, if we use HubSpot videos, about which I will soon do a video separately, specifically about HubSpot videos, because it's a very strong feature and it's totally underused by a lot of HubSpot users. But this will actually allow us to also see who watched the video, how long they watched the video, include a call to action within videos. So all of this information will be available when we use HubSpot videos for this. Next, you want to make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more HubSpot excellence. And now we'll get to the next part. Then we have our amenities and residence services, design palette and finishes, and preferred financing options. This already gives us an idea if they're looking for financing, yes or no. And then a more important part here is also that this actually has a reply to address, and the reply to address is a HubSpot inbox. So when people respond to this email, we're actually able to process that within HubSpot as well. So we're not only able to see that an email did get a response and an email did get clicks, but we will also see the response directly on the profile in HubSpot so that this can be managed by our team. Of course, and this goes without saying, never use a no reply email address in this context, because that's basically just saying like, we're closed for business, please go away. It's not what we want, especially not when we're working on a luxury real estate experience. So next, when we look at our contacts in HubSpot, we will see that this contact came in through our inbound leads for real estate, and we see it right at the top here. So when we click on our contact that just submitted the form, so that's right here, you're going to see that you're going to get a lot of information on this contact already. Since this is a demo account, you will see some older information down here as well, but let's focus on the information that comes from our form submit today. So when we have a look here at the email that was sent, we can see this here, Explore Exclusive Residences. We can see that there's an open of that email. When I click any links or reply to that email, we'll be able to see that here as well. And we will be able to see that website visit right here. Another thing that automatically happened is that a lead has been created to keep track of this specific form submit. So in HubSpot, the lead object is separate from the contact, and this allows us to process multiple lead attempts over time. So let's say this contact had submitted a form like 2 months ago, they were disqualified for whatever reason, we would be able to see that right here. And now here we can see a new lead has been created for them, Miami Residences website lead. In the stage new, as soon as we start reaching out to this lead, they will move to attempting. Then when we have a conversation with them, they will move to connected, and eventually we will decide whether they're qualified or not. And when we click qualified, we will be able to immediately create that deal so we can get the paperwork started for this specific lead. Another thing that you will see is that a task has been created here. Follow up with Miami Residences lead with a budget between 750 and 1.5 million. And you can also see that this came through an automation process new real estate leads. And that's what I want to show you, how this all gets automated in the backend so that as soon as somebody submits a form, that this lead is taken care of. They will get those automated emails, but they will also immediately be routed to the right sales rep. So let's have a look at that. When we go to our workflows here, we can see that this workflow gets triggered as soon as a form gets submitted, specifically the real estate inquiry form, of course. We do have a 1-minute delay on this. This is just so that all of the information gets processed before we move on with the next steps. And then in this case, you can see that we're branching based on the budget. So when the budget is less than $500,000, we're just going to send this thank you email, and typically you would also have some nurturing after that. When we have a budget between $500,000 and $750,000, you will see that we have the thank you email, a delay for 3 days. Then we have a dynamic real estate follow-up. The dynamic emails in HubSpot are also really powerful because it allows us to dynamically show information in the email based on the context that we have for that specific contact. For example, if we know they're interested in penthouses, we can make sure we highlight the penthouses in this email, whereas if somebody else is interested in a studio apartment, we can make sure to highlight the studio apartment instead. If you would like to receive my Getting Started with HubSpot for Real Estate, please make sure to sign up for my HubSpot Excellence newsletter. I'll leave the link in the description, and I'll make sure to send it to you right away. Then we'll wait 3 days after that. We'll check if there was any interaction with that email, which we can also automatically do. And then if there was interaction, we will assign a follow-up task. When there was no interaction, then we want to redirect them to a slow email nurturing workflow that has been set up for the specific project, so that we'll get some emails over time, and hopefully there will be some activity from that. Now you will see that once we get in the budget range of 750,000 and up, we're going to assign it to a sales rep, and we can do this based on the budget. So if you know that certain sales reps are better at selling the penthouses, for example, or the more high-ticket units, you can assign those leads specifically to those sales reps or rotate them between a set of sales reps. It works like a round robin. After that, we will send that thank you email. An important part here is that the thank you email is actually personalized as well. So what I did is in this thank you email, I created a variable at the bottom that will show the contact owner, so that's a sales rep assigned to the specific contact. And we can go even one step further and choose a from name that's also the owner, and then also send it out from the owner email as well. So this way they will actually get the email from the email address of the contact owner. So immediately you have a personalized experience for your leads. Then you will see there's a little bit of a difference between the different budgets here. So this was the one that I just had. So here you can see that lead record will be created as I just have shown, and then the task will be created as well, which I also showed. Another part, what we can do in HubSpot is we can enroll contacts in sequences as well. So here, for example, you can see for the budget range 1.5 million to 3 million, we are going to rotate to a contact owner. That email gets sent out to deliver the brochure. And then 2 hours after that, we're going to enroll them in a sequence. Now, a sequence is more of like a one-to-one experience. So these emails are being sent out from the personal email address from the assigned sales rep. So these emails also show up in their outbox, for example, like their send folder. And this allows us to create a personalized experience where there's automated follow-up until the contact interacts. So I'll show you what that looks like as well. Here you can see this sample sequence. This sequence specifically has an automated email on day 1, so the moment a contact gets enrolled. Then 2 days later, 2 business days later better, we're gonna create a call task for the sales rep so they can give this lead a call. And then we have another email 3 business days after that. So here we can see, for example, this first email. This is an email I quickly generated using AI, obviously. It will again deliver that brochure just to have another interaction on the brochure. And in this case, I also delivered this as a sales document, which I will show you in a second because this also has some really cool features and excellent tracking as well. Then I add some details beyond the brochure, also adding that if they would prefer to go over things on a Zoom call, they can schedule a call with me directly. And you can see that this is customized to use the sender first name at the bottom of the email. So this means that this one sequence can be used by all sales reps at this one project. For each of these sequences, we can also get detailed performance metrics. So here you can see the total enrollments in the sequence, meeting rate, reply rate, deal rate, revenue generated by the sequence. Everything is connected. So you will be able to track exactly which touch points led to a certain amount of revenue and to certain deals being created and closed. One more thing to mention with the sequences is that it's really easy to A/B test. So for example, if you want to test a certain subject line or you want to test certain call to actions, you can just create an A/B test here and HubSpot will go between these 2 emails. And over time, you will learn which subject line leads to the most opens, for example, or which call to actions lead to the most click-throughs. The next thing I want to get to is the sales document. So as you saw here, I have that sales document embedded. So let's go to sales documents. I have my beautiful real estate guide here. I'll leave a link down in the description where you can download this guide yourself if you would like to see it. And I'm going to show you the preview for a sales document. So when a prospect receives a sales document, this is exactly how it will show for them, minus this yellow bar saying that this is a preview, obviously. So they will be able to browse the document in here. They will be able to download the PDF. And in the top right, they will see a little avatar of the sales rep that sent them this document. When I open this document and I'm looking through the different pages that I have in here, HubSpot will keep track of which pages I'm looking at and for how long I'm looking at these pages. This again is valuable information for the sales rep during the next conversation. For example, if you notice that your prospect spends a lot of time looking at the amenities, that might be something that you want to touch on in your next conversation with them. When they click that avatar, they're also going to have some options to email the sales rep as well as to schedule a meeting. So when they click Let's Meet, they will get this calendar, which is also managed by HubSpot. In this case, I will let them choose how long they would like to meet, and then they can pick a time that works best for them here. They fill out the form, and as soon as the form is filled out, they will be able to book that meeting with your sales rep. In this case, it's set up as a request, and we can also set it up that the meeting is directly confirmed and booked. You will also notice this little chat here at the bottom. This is something that we can implement on the website. HubSpot offers this as well. It's part of even the free package in HubSpot, so everyone who uses HubSpot has access to the chat feature. And you will see that this also shows up on meeting links, for example, as well as when you deliver documents and anything where you configure the chat to be there. So when they click this, they can directly chat with you. When they start chatting, we're also able to automatically route the person to the right sales rep, or if that sales rep is not available, we can route them to someone else. If you're really into AI, we can even set up an AI bot to handle all requests. If we train it well, it will know everything about your project and will be able to handle all of those questions on behalf of your team. And at any time when somebody is chatting with the AI bot, they will be able to ask for human assistance as well. So taking a human to talk to, and that's routed to a person as well at that point. So that's for sales documents and the scheduling link as I showed. Though the last question is probably the most important question. How do I actually know if all of this is leading to deals and even better, revenue? I'm glad you asked, because that's the next thing I will show you. When we go to campaigns in HubSpot, which is something you find here in the sidebar under marketing, and then we have Marketing Studio, that's where the campaigns live. Here you will have an overview of all of the interactions for a certain project. So you can create a campaign for each project, and then you can assign things to this campaign. And here on the sidebar, you can see all of the different options. So if you have blog posts about this project, you can link those. We have the sales documents we talked about. We have forms, we have landing pages. When I click on these, you will see that we have our form and our landing pages linked here. We have marketing emails, where you can see that marketing email has been linked. And when we hover over it, we immediately get a preview of that marketing email. So we have everything in one place. Once this campaign is running, we can also set a campaign goal here. We have a bunch of options to set those goals. So we can set revenue goals, we can set lead goals, plenty of options. You will be able to see the return on investment for this specific project, the influenced contacts, any website traffic, as well as any new contacts created over time will show up here as well. And you will be able to see that for all of the different assets linked to this campaign. And then if you want to go even one step further, we go to attribution, where you will be able to see the contacts that have been created, the deals that have been created, and the revenue that has been generated by this campaign. We can look at that for different date ranges, and we have the option to look at it through different attribution models. This is a little bit more difficult to demo specifically here, because this is a demo account, so I don't have a lot of data that is revenue related in here, especially since this is something that I just set up. If you would like to see this part in action as well, feel free to schedule a meeting with me. I'll leave that link in the description as well. And I'm more than happy to walk you through a real example, obviously anonymized, because I can't share any client data, but I can definitely show you a real example of how the data would look in this specific dashboard. Then when we go to assets, you get another overview of all of the assets that are linked. You can manage the tasks related to the project in here as well. You can even manage your budget in here. And when this is linked to online advertising campaigns like Google Ads, Meta Ads, and LinkedIn Ads, those can be directly linked to HubSpot, meaning that those campaign spend items automatically will be updated within this campaign as well. So you know if you're staying within your budget. And then under activity, you will be able to see all of the activity for this specific campaign, including any new pages that were created. Now, although this was a long video, this is how I would set up a luxury sales experience for luxury real estate development. This doesn't only make for a great experience for your leads, but it also gives your sales reps an additional layer of intelligence, because they will know more about your leads. They will know more about the different interactions that your leads have with your sales assets and marketing assets. And this will also lead to better conversions down the line as well. So don't just leave your leads in Dropbox. Create a personalized, customized experience for those leads. If you are a real estate developer or real estate brokerage and you need help with any of these, you'll find my details down in the description to schedule a free call with me, where I can walk you through the different options with HubSpot. If you like this video, I'm sure you will also like this video on how to create smart marketing emails in HubSpot for real estate. My name is Jasper, a certified HubSpot consultant, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.